Testing 1 2. Yeah, that's good. All right. All right. Now this is the truth that nobody talks about, and you're probably already making these few mistakes, and this is going to save you years of struggles. Now this is a problem that's hitting so many incredible experts right now. You're great at what you do, but online maybe you're not still getting the clients that you want, you're not getting the visibility that you want, you're not getting the sales that you deserve. So this session of Launch Lab Live is going to show you what's happening and what to do instead if you're having some issues with marketing, if you're having some issues with sales in your business. So we're also going to talk about the top 2 mistakes that you're making when it comes to sales. And these are the mistakes that nobody taught you about sales and marketing. So being great at what you do by itself, that's not enough in today's online market. So if you want to build a business online, and if this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Maybe you spent years honing your craft. Maybe you spent years getting great at something. But when it comes to showing up online, it's like shouting into the void. You post, you share, you hope, but it doesn't seem like anything sticks, or maybe you're not getting enough, engagement or something like that. So why does it feel like no one sees you? We're going to talk about that in today's video, and I'm going to give people about a minute to show up, and then we'll dive in.
You have probably solved million-dollar problems in your lifetime. The minds of entrepreneurs like you have transformed industries. The voices of experts like you have changed lives. You've spent decades mastering your craft, but at the end of the day, you're still trading time for money. What if your expertise could work for you while you sleep? What if one breakthrough could reach thousands instead of one client at a time? The most successful experts have cracked the code. They've turned their knowledge into digital gold mines that generate income 24/7, and you'll learn some of those secrets in Launch Lab Live.
This is Launch Lab Live, where high-achieving experts, coaches, and professionals come to learn how to finally turn what they know into income.
Join thousands of experts who've already broken free from the lie and built thriving businesses around their true expertise.
Don't let another week pass watching less qualified people profit. Join me for Launch Lab Live, and let's unlock your expertise together and turn it into the business that you've always deserved. Are you ready to launch?
Ready to launch.
I'm ready to launch.
Ready to launch.
I'm ready to launch. Are you?
I am ready to launch my business.
This is Launch Lab Live. Welcome to Launch Lab Live. Got a lot to share with you today. Now, we've been told that if you build it, they will come. That's the saying. You ever heard that? It's not true. Now, you've got to be intentional about building an online presence so you can market and sell your products. And this is dangerous. This is a myth, but it's dangerous because in the offline world, like in real life, right? If you're really good at something, yes. If you're an expert, expertise might get you rewarded. It might get you raises. It might get you, put you in places that you might not normally get. But online visibility doesn't come from you being good at what you do. You can be the best at what you do, but if you don't know how to market yourself, you don't know how to promote yourself, none of that matters. You're just like everybody else trying to gain attention online. And so it comes from knowing how to promote and position yourself strategically. And we're going to cover some of that in today's live. So how do you do that? We're going to get to that in a second. But now, if you wanted to get better at sales and you want to get better at marketing, I'm going to drop a link for you to learn more about how we can help you get more sales and improve your marketing in your business. You can see what our sales and marketing mastery training course is all about. I'm going to drop the link in the chat real quick, and then you guys can check that out in your own time frame. All right. If you want to get better at sales and marketing, this is how you do it. All right. Let's see. See, another snafu. This is not letting me post in the chat. All right. I'll post it in the comments afterwards. All right, moving on. Here's the truth. All right. And I know that this is hard to hear, but being talented is not the problem. You can be the most talented in whatever that you do, but being unseen is the biggest problem. You can be talented, but if nobody sees you, nobody knows that you have that you have the goods, that you can solve problems, then your ideal audience can't buy from you if they've never even heard of you. And it doesn't matter what credentials you have. More credentials won't fix that. So The other thing is that there are people who have no credentials that are making more than you. Why is that? And they know how to position themselves, they know how to market themselves, and they know how to sell themselves. And so nobody really cares if you have results to back up whatever it is that you're saying, and if you've gotten results for a bunch of other people. Now, why do most experts stay invisible? There are a lot of common mistakes that people that are online, that are experts, make, and these are two of the most common. Most of us focus on delivery and not discovery. So we'll put out the content, but we spend no time uh, getting attention. We spend no time uh, marketing or something like that. And these cannot be an afterthought if you're building an online business. All right. So the first mistake is you're not intentional about getting attention. That means maybe you have to run some ads. It means maybe you need to be on multiple platforms. The second mistake, most common mistake that I see with sales, is that people make marketing and sales an afterthought, not a priority. And this is the thing: if you own a business, right, you might be afraid of selling, you might not have an idea about marketing, but those are the two areas that you should spend most of your time in, because if you don't make sales, you don't have a business. All right, so we got that out of the way. So, I mean, all our life we're trying to get results for others, but nobody taught us how to get attention, and that's not your fault, because most experts avoid marketing because it feels overwhelming sometimes, or it feels like something that only like people with huge audiences do. But listen, if you make these mistakes and you do not make getting attention to your business a priority and marketing yourself and selling, if you don't make those a priority, how can you ever expect to make sales? You can deliver the goods all day, but do people know who you are? Do people know you exist? Do people know you have a solution to help them with their problem? And that's what marketing does for you. It introduces people to you and your solutions to their problems. Now, if you're good, right? Maybe you started doing something and you got real good at it, and then you start doing freelance work, and people say, hey, this person is great at doing X. And so early in your career, maybe people refer you to other people, and maybe those referrals carried you, or maybe it allowed you to get some clients from referrals. But that's not a growth strategy. You can't rely on that forever, right? We want consistent, repeatable ways to bring new people into your business. And so if you're waiting for somebody to mention you online, for somebody to mention you in their Facebook group, for someone to mention you on YouTube or on Instagram, or if you're waiting on the algorithm to show your stuff to the right people, that's not a business. That's hoping. All right. And we don't hope here. All right. So all you need is a simple system. This is all you actually need. First, you need a system that allows you to be seen online, right? That allows you to build trust online, and that invites action to your potential customers. You don't need to be everywhere. You don't need to post 7 days a week, right? You just need a simple system that helps the right people find you, that helps the right people trust you, and that helps them to take the next step. That's the first step to selling, is for people to know that you have a product that's out there in the first place, and that it just doesn't happen automatically. And people expect that when you make a post, right? People make a post, they spend hours doing it. They create a video, they create, I don't know, some kind of content. They spend hours working on it, and then they release it and nothing. And then they get discouraged. That's not the way it works online. You can put as much time as you want, but if the messaging is not right, if the marketing is not right, if you hadn't promoted it enough, then this message won't even be heard, or better yet, it'll fall on deaf ears. So um, it takes time to build trust. And here's an example of it. I frequent Threads. I like Threads, so I hang out there. And this is something that I saw on Threads. And there are thousands of people who think just like this person. All right. And this is what the person said. I don't feel like posting anymore or doing this digital product selling thing. A whole week, a week, a whole week. I tried everything I knew. I guarantee you didn't try everything. Not in a week. There's so many things you can do, and it takes longer than a week to. Anyway, I tried everything I knew to promote that guide that I've given months and my heart to create. And nobody, in caps, nobody, literally not a single person I could make even a bit interested. Feels like it was all wrong since the beginning and I should quit. This is what most of us face, right? A lot of y'all want to quit because you put something out there, you don't market and promote it for a year. That's the type of mentality you got to have, right? You got to spend time building yourself up, letting people know you exist, letting them know you have a product or promotion. This person spent a week and expected to get some results, and then after they didn't get results, they wanted to quit. It takes time to build trust. And so this whole thing, I tried everything I knew for a week, and I've given months in my heart to create. I'm gonna keep it a bug with you. Nobody cares. No one cares how long you spent on it. They don't care if you put your heart and your soul into it. They don't care. They only care. They don't know who you are. They don't care about your guide. What can your guide do for them? That's what they care about. Tell them that in your marketing. Don't don't talk about your accolades. Don't talk about all the degrees you have. They don't care, right? Tell them, how can this help you? What's in it for you? Take your feelings out of it, or you won't make it in this game. All right. And that's the hard truth. Think of your customers first, and you'll do well. And now she wants to quit. And great, less competition for the rest of us. So I want you to manage your expectations. Be in this game for the long run, because this is a marathon, not a sprint. Ain't no quick money around here, baby. You got to work for it. All right. So you don't need more content. You need more clarity in your content. So you don't have to change anything you're doing, right? Keep creating the content, keep being out there on social, keep putting your message out there. But you need to make sure it's clarity, it's clear. And I just mentioned to tell them what's in it for them in your marketing, in your messaging. So like, you're likely doing too much with no clear path. And so the key is to creating focused visibility that leads to action, not just more noise. There's a lot of noise on the internet. And for you to differentiate yourself, you have to be clear, right? That's the difference between content and marketing. Here's some research that I've done. All right. Well, some other people done that I just looked up. 65% of small business owners say that they struggle to generate traffic and leads. Huge problem. 65%, that's a lot of people. All right. 60% of marketers create content daily. I don't do that. All right. I create one piece of content per week, and then I chop that up. It's too much to try to do something every day. All right. You'll get burned out. But yeah, 60% of marketers create content daily, but only 30% say it actually drives conversion. If I did something and it only drove a small percentage of conversions, I would stop doing that and focus my time on the thing that's going to help me make sales. All right. Anyway, more content does not equal more sales, especially if it's not strategically aligned to what you sell, what you promote, what you teach. All right. Here's some more stats. 72% of service-based entrepreneurs admit that they post content hoping that it works. Hope is not a plan. We don't hope around here. So random posting without a sales strategy, that leads to burnout, and that doesn't lead to growth. All right. Here's something that tripped me out, man. 9% of coaches and consultants say they have a repeatable content to sales system. 9%, which means that a lot of y'all just out here winging it and you don't have systems. And that's okay when you just starting, right? If you're trying to figure it out. But once you establish, what you're doing, you should have some processes. You should have some systems, right? So that means 91% of you are winging it and you don't have a strategy. And listen, you can do better. I'm going to help you do better. The framework that I teach inside the Sales and Marketing Mastery training course, I show you how to do all of this. All right. I created a 38-minute training that breaks all this down into two simple frameworks. One to help you sell with ease. I call it it's the 4A sales framework. I'll tell you what the 4 A's are. And one to help you market effectively. And that's my HVC content framework. And no, it does not require a funnel or a big audience. And the HVC content framework also helps you get attention, right? Because you got to let people know that you're out there. You got to let people know that you have a product to sell. And so that these two frameworks working together is baked into this whole solution of being able to be discovered online in a systematic way so you can start selling what you know. Now, this is built for you if you're an expert who wants to serve at scale without turning into a full-time marketer. This is marketing that you can do. It's not just something that you download and forget. You don't have to have any funnels. You don't have to guess or anything like that. It's a system that's repeatable, a repeatable process. Now, if you're ready to change what's been happening and finally start being seen online, then this training is going to help you get that done. And so for just $97, you get lifetime access to the training. You get the slide deck. You get three powerful bonuses. Plus the first 50 buyers, they get 2 private coaching calls with me to help you get clear and to take action. So if you're ready to get better at sales and you're ready to get better at marketing and increasing your visibility online, then claim your spot in the sales and marketing mastery course. And the next step is just to create an offer. Create an offer, drop that offer, drop it today. You can do this in a weekend. And so you don't need hundreds of thousands of startup capital, and you can finally monetize your expertise. And inside this training course, it gives you the step-by-step blueprint and coaching support to do that. So I'll also throw in 3 bonuses. You'll be able to have a plan in 5 days to create an offer. And there's a 5-day plan inside my ebook that I'm going to give you, Digital Marketing Simplified. And then on top of that, you get the audio book to that and a training course on each chapter of the book. So there's no more wondering, where do I start? What do I do next? And then a lot of people struggle with creating content. What do I create content around? Like, how do you people not ever run out of content? If you want to never run out of content or marketing ideas for your offers, then in a few minutes, you'll be able to create a full content marketing strategy, a full email marketing strategy, and a full social media marketing plan. This is in less than like 20 minutes. I think it's like 20 something minutes. You can have those 3 for the next year. All right. And social media marketing plan. So lastly, you can launch your first automated income stream and offer with a simple selling system in less than 28 days. I show you how to do all that inside this mini course with these bonuses, and it aligns perfectly with the training that you're going to learn inside my free masterclass. Inside my course. So claim your spot in the sales and marketing mastery training course. Confidently learn to market, confidently learn to sell your digital product. The training is just 38 minutes plus all of these bonuses that go great with it. Don't waste time getting started, because the sooner you get started marketing yourself and selling yourself, the sooner that is you have an opportunity to change your life and to make more money. As always, it's a pleasure to serve you. If you guys are interested, I'm going to drop the link right here to get started making your marketing. Hold on, let me see. I don't think it's not allowing me to post. Oh yeah, okay. So let's go. I just dropped the link in the chat. All right, it's taking a little bit of time. So those 2 links in the chat are how you can get started getting better at sales and getting better at marketing. If you need any help or you have any questions, just drop them in a comment, drop them in the chat. And I will talk to you guys later. Peace and blessings. Have a great day.